I'm getting real sick and tired of coming on here and talking about a match reaction about Barcelona and praising my rivals, praising my arch nemesis Barcelona. But that is the honest truth. And you guys know I only speak the truth on here. Because Barcelona 3, Real Mallorca 0, and what an absolutely crazy performance that was from Barcelona. This team continues to perform week in, week out. This team has no lackluster performances, and even when they do have that, they still win games. And that was the same story of that game today, because Barcelona in that first half wasn't anything amazing. You know, Mallorca had a big chance for Muriqi at 0-0 where they could have gone up. But what does this Barcelona team do? They constantly get the win done, and this is what these players do. Great players and great managers get the job done. Just look at the stats of the game again. 2.63 XG to 0.82 Mallorca. There are 24 shots, 7 on target, and 4 big chances created. Listen, this Barcelona team is a chance creation machine. And by the way, let me just remind you that Barcelona were without Pedri, their best midfielder, their best player, and then also his midfield partner in Frenkie de Jong, who picked up a knock and couldn't start in this game. He was on the bench, but he never came on. And then also Rafinha, of course, who I've said before is arguably Barca's most important player because of his goal scoring ability and also his work rate off the ball and his runs off the ball. This guy is essential to this team. But look, they were missing 3 of their arguably most important players. Of course, Lamine Yamal was there, but these are the other 3 most important players. I will go on to Lamine Yamal in a second, but they still get the job done. They're still able to create high XG chances and keep the pressure on teams who were defending in a 5-4-1, in a 4-3-2 like Mallorca was, just to try to defend and of course keep Barcelona out. And like I said before, in that first 20 to 25 minutes, Barcelona did look a bit vulnerable, namely Jules Koundé, who continues his, lack of form this season. I said last season, him and Hakimi, arguably the 2 best right backs, in world football. And he has just taken a crazy downfall this season. I don't know what the reason is. Some people said he might be struggling with some mental health issues. I hope that's not the case. I think he's a great person too. And I also think he's a great player. So I hope that's not the case. But there's clearly an issue because today Virgili, the left winger, caused all sorts of problems for Koundé in that first half. And the chance of the game came from a situation like that because Virgili just had so much space to get in behind Koundé. And Koundé also did a lot of silly mistakes to give him a lot more chances to get the ball into the box. And like I said before, this is a strange case with Jules Koundé because out of all the Barcelona players, I would probably say he is the weakest player this season. And of course in the midfield, it was Casado and Dani Olmo, which is a huge surprise because, without Frenkie, but I would have expected Marc Benal to be in there with Dani Olmo, but an Olmo and a Casado midfield isn't something that I look forward to watching. But look, they did the job today. It wasn't crazy creative with them 2 guys. It was more of the individuals in this team who we'll get onto in a minute. They got the job done. And of course, also one of the individuals was Marcus Rashford. I know you guys want to hear about Lamine Yamal. We'll get onto him in a second. But Marcus Rashford today had 2 great, cut in from the left side, shot 2 good shots though, and then the second one was where he deflected into Lewandowski, and that was how the first goal of the goal came, when Lewandowski getting the deflection and he showed great composure and smashed it into the goal. But again, Lewandowski, I keep watching him, I just think he is so past it, but again, he gets the job done because he's still a great goal scorer. And of course, the second goal of the game came from you-know-who. And let's talk about Lamine Yamal. Now look, this was a performance that Lamine Yamal actually wasn't great. A lot of the touches that he did take did look a bit sloppy. Now I did see a couple of Barcelona fans before the game who actually wanted him rested, and when they seen Frenkie not in the team and they thought it was a rest, which was confirmed later on by Hansi Flick that it was a bit of an injury or a knock, Lamine Yamal was one of the names to be rested. Now of course he has played a lot of football, and look, at this stage of the season, any rest would be welcome. And Lamine Yamal, whether he's 18 or whatever, it doesn't really matter. He still has played a lot of minutes, for his age and for this season. So Lamine Yamal did look a bit sloppy at times today. I didn't think he was as crisp as he was on the weekend, the Copa del Rey, or in the weekend against Sociedad last week. But fact of the matter is, Lamine Yamal got the second goal of the game today. An absolute screamer. It was a corner kick, a really nice little routine. He gets it outside the box. He does Maffeo, who was, again, got shocking tonight. And he gets it into the bottom corner. Now, could the Mallorca defender kind of not get out of the way because he did duck out of it? Yes. But look, it was a great strike by Lamine Yamal. And this is the key point here. Lamine Yamal didn't have a great game, but he got the score on the scoreboard. He got goals. He got numbers. That's now 7 GAs in the last 5 games. 5 goals and 2 assists. So, like I said before, Lamine Yamal is adding goals to his games when he's not even playing well. And this is a scary sight for Real Madrid fans and the world, because this guy at 18 now is adding numbers consistently, and he's adding on numbers all the time. And when he's not having a great game, he's still getting the job done. And look, that second goal for Barca was very, very much welcome, because, like I said, Virgili on the counter, of course, with Muriqi up front, there was times where Mallorca did look threatening because of Barca's high line. But because they just didn't have what Lamine Yamal, they just didn't have a player like that who do, to get the finishing touches. And this is the difference between a multi-billion team and obviously just a million, £1 million team. So fact of the matter is that Lamine Yamal now is adding on that goal scoring thing when he's not even playing well, and Barcelona are winning with individual quality now, whereas before Barcelona is more of a team. Yes, there is games where they do that, of course, when Pedri's there, Frankie's there, with Rafinha. But when you are missing these players, you need players to step up, and of course it was Lamine Yamal to take the tension off the game, because like I said before, Mallorca did look threatening at times on the counter, on the transition, but because Barcelona were only 1-0, there was a bit of a tense, it felt a bit tense in the Camp Nou today, to be honest. And when they got the second goal, it was a bit of a sigh of relief for Hansi Flick as well and the fans, because that was job done. There's no way Mallorca are going to score 2 goals or even 3 goals to win the game. So Lamine Yamal, again, absolutely fantastic goal. His performance wasn't the greatest today, but when he gets goals and he gets the numbers and he does the job for the team, this is an all-timer in the making, guys. Marc Bernal came on in the second half. Of course, Hansi Flick started making some subs. Lamine Yamal also went off as well. Marc Bernal got a fantastic goal with a dummy. I mean, he was one-on-one with the keeper. And what the defender slid across my field against, a horror mistake again. He kind of just dummies it inside and finishes really well. So, look, Marc Bernal on the score sheet too. And Barcelona continue to win in La Liga. And they are just too good. This Barcelona team are just too good, because they can get the job done when they're not playing fantastic. Now, of course, that does mean that Barcelona are back to 4 points clear of La Liga, with Real Madrid playing tomorrow. So, look, it's all to play for. And Barcelona look really, really furious with the La Liga now. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, Barcelona fans. Are you happy with that performance, or is there anything that you guys seen that wasn't great, or is there something that you think Hansi Flick needs to improve, or some of the players need to improve? And Real Madrid fans, what do you think about that performance? Are you as worried as I am? Do you have the same opinion that I just think Barcelona are way too good at this moment in time and they are clear favourites? And of course, any other contracting points, let me know everything in the comments. I read everybody's comments and I reply to every single one of you, and I appreciate everyone's support. And of course, don't forget to like and subscribe, and until next time, Hala Madrid.